name up here, but that's okay. And none of them, there's been compromises, efforts made to compromise, and nothing has worked and nothing has passed. And we live way up here on the northern border, and I have concerns, and I think many of us do, with the borders in Texas and Arizona and California. And there's been efforts made by some to deal with this. However, we're not getting support from our legislature and Congress, and probably the administration. Now, I think that my position is that I don't think that we need to do anything with the borders except secure them. And when I read some of these bills, of which you've been part of, I kind of feel there's a weakening in what's best for this country. I am concerned about Social Security, health care, all these other things, but I basically am interested in the future of my children and my grandchildren. And I think that we are overlooking the greatest threat to this country with the infiltration of Al-Qaeda coming in from the southern borders. They're not just Mexican, I'll call them aliens, okay, after they're here, they're aliens. And I think that they represent a threat, but I think those that are coming in with them. Now, I happen to be a little familiar with Phoenix at once upon a time, and you have a sheriff there, and I can't recall his name, but I think it's Maricopa County Sheriff. I liked his idea. When he found illegal aliens or illegal immigrants in his community, he arrested them.
Well, this meeting is adjourned. First of all, you mentioned Senator Kennedy. Could I mention this? There was a question earlier about No Child Left Behind. That was a combination of Senator Kennedy and President Bush. It requires 60 votes to pass a bill through the United States Senate. I'm proud to have worked with Joe Lieberman. I'm proud to have worked with many other Democrats across the aisle to get something done. And I've been able to do that without compromising my conservative principles. Now look, we have to secure the borders. I said it earlier. The lesson of these bills that you're talking about, and by the way, I don't believe that there'll be any legislation until 2009. I think that the American people have lost trust and confidence in their government. They don't believe us, and they didn't believe us. If you examine those bills, every one of them said border security in it, okay? But they didn't believe us that we would secure the borders. In 1986, we passed a law that said we would give amnesty to a couple million people and secure the borders. That was under President Reagan, and we didn't secure the borders, and we gave amnesty. And now we got 12 million people who are here illegally. I want to look you in the eye again and say, we must secure the borders. And that has to be done first before we can move on with a temporary worker program or addressing the issue of the 12 million people who are here already illegally. Now, we have to have a temporary worker program, in my view. We have to address the issue of 12 million people who are here illegally. You can't have them marching around America. That's de facto amnesty if you don't do something about it. But the borders have to be secured first. And I would, as president, have the border state governors, whether they be Republican or Democrat, certify that their borders are secured. Then we move on with the other element of immigration reform. I got the message. The message is the American people want the border secured, and I will do that. And we can do that not just through building walls, but through UAVs and vehicle barriers and sensors and cameras, etc. So I appreciate your concern and your interest, and I want to tell you, you reflect the views of many, many Americans. I do not have a town hall meeting, seriously, without this issue being raised, because it is an issue of prime concern of people all over America. So I will repeat to you again, I will restore trust and confidence in the government, and I will secure the borders first. And I thank you.